Okay, let's just jump right into it. I mean, we've all seen these amazing characters on screen, right? But what does it actually take to bring one of them, a snowman of all things, out of the movie and into our world as a real, walking, talking robot? Well, today we're going to pull back that curtain and look at the incredible magic and tech behind Disney's real-life Olaf. And really, that's the core of it, isn't it? Look, it's one thing to make a robot that can just walk. That's hard enough. But it's a whole nother level to build a robot that moves with all the whimsical, kind of clumsy charm of a character that, let's be honest, millions of us know and love. So yeah, how on earth did they do it? So let's set the scene. Where did this all begin? You might think it was in a Disney park, but nope. It was actually at a huge tech conference where the world got its very first look at something truly groundbreaking. Seriously, just try to picture this. NVIDIA's CEO is on stage, wrapping up his big speech, and he says he has a special guest. And then, out walks Olaf. I'm not talking about a cartoon on a screen or some guy in a costume. This was a real, honest-to-goodness robot walking all by itself, and you can bet the crowd just went wild. It was moving with this amazing agility, and it just nailed the character's personality from the very first step. So, a stunt like that? How do you even pull it off? Well, it definitely wasn't a solo act. Let's break down the powerhouse team that made all of this magic happen. Yeah, this was a true team-up of titans, bringing together three giants. First, you've got Disney Research, right? The masters of storytelling, they brought the creative soul. Then you've got NVIDIA, bringing the sheer horsepower, the GPUs needed to run all these insane simulations. And rounding it out, Google DeepMind, the absolute leaders in AI, who could actually train the whole system. This trio, man, they were the perfect team for a project this ambitious. Okay, so the secret sauce here, the core technology, is something called the Newton physics engine. Now, the easiest way to wrap your head around this is to think of it like a virtual gym or maybe a video game training ground for the robot. Instead of having to learn to walk slowly and clumsily in the real world and probably fall over a lot, Olaf could practice millions and millions of times inside a computer. Running on those powerful NVIDIA GPUs, it could fail, learn, and try again, over and over, until it got the movements just right. So what does that training process actually look like? Well, step one. It all starts with Disney's animators. They provide a massive amount of data on exactly how Olaf is supposed to move. Then, the AI takes all that info and just trains like crazy in that virtual world. Finally, once the AI has totally mastered the walk in the simulation, that learning, that code, is basically downloaded into the physical robot, letting it bring those moves to life in the real world. But like we said from the start, this was never just about getting a robot to walk. It was about capturing a character, giving it a soul. And this right here, this is the real game changer. Think about most robots you've seen. They're stiff, they're predictable, they just don't have any personality. The goal here was to completely flip that script. They wanted to capture what the animators call Olaf's staggering gait. The point wasn't to make a robot that walked perfectly. No, they wanted a robot that walked perfectly like Olaf, with all his adorable, clumsy charm. And the physical design is just as brilliant. I mean, his body isn't just some boring white plastic. Get this, it's woven with these shimmering fibers, so it actually looks like snow. And his arms, his carrot nose, even the little twig hairs on his head, they're all magnetic. So they can pop off and on, just like in the movie, letting them do all those hilarious gags we love. Okay, so this all sounds like pure magic, and it kind of is. But it's also important to take a step back and look at where the tech is right now. Let's talk about the reality of how it operates today. So here's the deal. While his movements are totally autonomous, his voice isn't, at least not yet. Right now, there's a human operator nearby with a preset script of things for Olaf to say. They can pick the right response to interact with guests. It's a really smart workaround, It keeps the magic alive while the team continues to work on making him a fully conversational AI. And, this wasn't something they just whipped up overnight. One of the Disney Imagineers, Josh Gorin, put it perfectly. He said the R&D team has been working for years to bring characters to life, and it's only now that the AI and the hardware are finally powerful enough to make that dream a reality. So what does this mean if you actually get to meet him in one of the parks? Well, for now, just know that his lines will be from that script, and I know this is the tough one, physical hugs aren't allowed just yet. But the key thing to remember is that this is just version 1. The team is already hard at work on expanding what he can do, so this is really just the beginning. So let's zoom out. What does one walking snowman really mean for the future of the Disney parks? Well, it's probably a much bigger deal than you think. First off, Olaf's hitting the road. After that big tech conference debut, he made his official park appearance in the Frozen area over at Disneyland Paris. And next up, he's scheduled for a visit to Hong Kong Disneyland. He's basically becoming a world-traveling ambassador for this incredible new tech. And that's why this is so huge. Olaf is just the beginning. He's the proof of concept. The very same tech that lets him walk with so much personality could be used for other characters. We're talking about a future where you could see beloved characters just roaming around the parks, interacting with guests in these amazing, spontaneous ways. The magic would be off the charts. Which, of course, brings us to the most fun question of all. If they can teach a snowman how to walk, who's next? A wooden puppet who wants to be a real boy? A toy cowboy? A little blue alien? I mean, really, the possibilities are just endless.